I'm Mabel Jong, and you're watching continuing coverage of the World Healthcare Congress here in Washington, D.C. And in our studio, we have John Powers, who is a cost containment expert at AMPS. He's based out in California. John, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, that is really a big issue. I mean, how do you contain the costs in one of the most expensive sectors in the American economy? What are some of the things that you look at when you're working with clients, when you're trying to find where the fat is and trying to trim that fat?
Sure. I think the biggest trends right now are just a lack of transparency. Number one, you might get a 50% discount from Blue Cross, but what does that really mean? What are you really paying? And most employers don't know that and don't ask that. And secondly would be to validate the accuracy of their hospital bill charges. So they might have a $200,000 hospital bill and there's a 50% discount and they just pay it. No one is applying the same scrutiny that they do with every other part of their business.
Why not?
You know, I think that they think that their brokers are telling them that it's happening. It's in most ASO agreements that, I'm not picking on Blue Cross, for example, but any of the Blue, United, Cigna, and Aetna's, it's typically in their administrative services agreement saying they'll audit the claim. But, and I said once, isn't that like the fox watching the hen house? And a broker friend of mine said, no, John, at that point, the fox is actually in the hen house.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Now, in terms of auditing those claims, checking them out like a credit card statement, like most good consumers do,
Exactly.
Is that allowed?
Well, many people believe, or they're told by their carrier, that there is a no audit provision. We've looked at thousands of PPO agreements and they all purport to have a no audit provision, but we've never seen any of them that truly prohibit an employer's right to audit that claim. And we believe if there was that in the contract, that it would violate the employer's fiduciary responsibility to make sure that only valid claims are paid and fabricated and unreasonable claims are exposed.
So whose responsibility is it then to really look at this to make sure everything's accurate and on the...
It's supposed to be the plan fiduciary, but in their minds they've outsourced it to the plan claims administrator, and really it falls by the wayside. So, and it really starts with getting the itemized bill. Most hospital bills are paid off the UB or a summary of the bill, and you have to take that extra step to get that itemized bill like you get with your credit card.
Okay, so we're so focused right now on where healthcare delivery is going and who's going to pay for it. Some of these issues that you brought up, are they really at the forefront right now, or are they still being kind of swept under the carpet, not a priority?
The tide is really turning, and when we're out in front of with a broker partner, when we're in front of a CFO and we tell them that their claims aren't being audited or their claim administrator isn't even getting the itemized bill, I can actually see the hair on the back of their neck standing up, and they hit that point of righteous indignation where they're not going to take it anymore. So we are seeing a paradigm shift that is unmatched in the last 20 years in terms of transparency and making sure that only valid claims are paid.
Okay, and what's your role in this, John?
My role is, I'm an executive vice president at AMPS. I'm one of the principals of the company, and we're really healthcare disruptors. We're out there making sure that employers can provide economical medical benefits for their employees.
And what's the next step after you've told them the information, their hair stands up on the back of their neck, and then what happens?
The next step is usually they will call who's ever administering their benefit plan, whether it be Blue Cross or an independent TPA, and they'll ask two simple rudimentary questions. One is, the federal government finds errors on 9 out of 10 Medicare claims through their RAC audit program. How many are you finding for me, number one? And number two, it's great that I get a 50% discount, but what am I paying? Benchmark that against Medicare or something that I can understand. So that's the next step. An employer asks their claims administrator those two simple questions, and let's see what the answers are.
Okay, John Powers, thank you so much. It was very, very interesting.
Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. And I'm Mabel Jong. Thanks for watching.